In the golden glow of a Manhattan autumn, where leaves spiral like confetti and camera flashes blur with the setting sun, Michael Consuelos stepped onto the red carpet, a rare appearance beside his famous parents, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. For years, Michael had been a shadow in the background of America's favorite daytime duo. The child who once shyly appeared on holiday episodes of Live with Kelly had grown into a man, an actor in his own right, even if he didn't yet wear his fame like a second skin, as his parents did. This wasn't just any appearance. It was the premiere of The Keepers, an indie drama with a pulse. Michael, playing a supporting but unforgettable role, was finally ready to let the spotlight find him, on his terms. "You sure you want to do this?" Kelly had asked earlier that morning, adjusting his collar as if he was still 17, heading to prom instead of a major red carpet. Michael laughed. "Mom, I play a detective who uncovers a government conspiracy. I think I can survive photographers." Mark stood by the kitchen island, nursing a protein shake. "You know, I didn't have a red carpet until I was 25, he offered, grinning. "You still wore that leather vest," Kelly quipped, earning a groan from Michael and a mock glare from Mark. The truth was, Michael had grown up with cameras. But that didn't mean he craved them. He had inherited Mark's intensity and Kelly's quick wit, but there was something quieter in him, a kind of patience rare in showbiz. He'd studied film at NYU, not for the glitz, but for the stories. While his classmates posted selfies with every guest lecturer, Michael stayed behind to ask about lighting choices and character arcs. He interned anonymously, wrote under pseudonyms, and took roles in student films that aired to audiences of 12 in creaky chairs. But tonight, all that privacy evaporated with the first camera flash. Michael, over here, with Kelly, one with Dad. The paparazzi knew this was gold, the rare Ripa Consuelos family outing. Kelly looked radiant in a sapphire gown, Mark stoic in classic black. Between them stood their son, tall, calm, and just slightly amused by the frenzy. A reporter leaned in. "Michael, is this your acting debut?" He smiled. "Not exactly, just the first time you've noticed." The crowd chuckled. Kelly beamed. Behind the scenes, Michael had been working steadily. A guest spot on Riverdale, yes, playing a younger version of his dad, had sparked interest. But instead of chasing the buzz, he took a detour, voice acting for a podcast thriller, co-writing a short film that made it into a fringe festival, and then landing a role in The Keepers. No nepotism, just hustle. Back in the theater lobby, before the lights dimmed, a producer leaned over to Kelly. "Your son's got it, you know. That quiet screen pull." Kelly nodded. He always had it. He just didn't want to sell it before it was ripe. The screening began. On screen, Michael was transformed, lean, sharp-eyed, chasing clues in alleyways and confronting villains in quiet, menacing tones. There was no sign of the kid who used to steal cereal boxes to make stop-motion films in the living room. Only a serious actor who had found his footing. An hour and 42 minutes later, the lights rose to applause. Michael blinked, still adjusting to the brightness of it all, not just the overhead bulbs, but the recognition. It was a peculiar kind of exposure, the kind that came not from scandal or selfies, but from showing up prepared when it finally mattered. He made his way to his parents. "Well?" he asked, voice low. Kelly squeezed his arm. "You were so good, I forgot I was your mother. I was just watching you." Mark added, "You scared me. Like, I didn't see you, I saw the guy. That's the point, right?" Michael smiled. Coming from two veterans of television, that meant something. As the after-party buzzed around them, someone passed Michael a drink. He took it but didn't drink. Instead, he looked out over the rooftop skyline, Manhattan glittering like sequins on a stage dress. Kelly and Mark mingled with friends, gracefully shifting between parent pride and industry charm. They were pros. They had done this 1,000 times. But this was different. This time, the spotlight wasn't just theirs. Later, a young actress approached Michael. "Hey, I really loved your performance," she said, twisting a ring on her finger. It was intense. "Thanks," Michael said, offering a hand. "I'm still getting used to people saying that." She laughed. "You should get used to it. People are gonna start noticing now." He didn't know if he wanted that, not exactly. Fame was a game he'd seen from both sides. But storytelling, that was the prize. As the night wound down and Kelly gathered her clutch, Mark slung his jacket over his shoulder and nodded at their son. "You good to get home?" Michael nodded. "Yeah. Think I'll walk." Like a true New Yorker, Kelly said. They hugged him. No cameras now, no glam. Just family. As he stepped onto the quiet city sidewalk, he pulled his coat tight against the October chill. A passerby glanced at him, narrowed their eyes like they half recognized him, and then moved on. Michael smiled. That's how he liked it, noticed just enough, but never more than the work itself. Because in the end, while the world saw a rare appearance, he saw something else entirely. A beginning.